What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Guess what? My day off is over. I have returned. It is time for a full, fun streaming week here on DSPGaming, and I'm excited because this week we've got finishing playthroughs after very, very lengthy runs. We're finally wrapping up with several different games. But in addition, we'll likely be starting new projects and games. We may even have some returning stuff like fighting games and more. But before all of that, on today's show, we're going to talk about Friday. That's right. Friday was my May 1st Mega
Busting
Marathon. And obviously, I want to talk about how it went because it had some really good stuff that went down, in my opinion. And I hope that if you had a chance to check out my recap video, you already know that. But if not, we'll talk more, we'll chat, we'll have a good time. What I'm really curious about is what we should do for new content this week. Because with these adjourning playthroughs, and with some time to kill before big major releases start hitting in May, we got to talk about what games it is that you want to see. So I'm excited. You're excited. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. The big return, the first of the week. It's time for the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, everyone. Let's get started. How y'all doing? How was your weekend? I hope it was good. My day yesterday was pretty darn good, actually, and we're going to talk all about it. So I hope that you're interested. If not, then what the hell are you doing here on my podcast? I don't understand. But obviously, we also want to talk about how Friday went down and the future. So we've got a lot to cover today. Welcome to everyone who is here. Thank you for being here, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Kick, whether you're on drugs, wherever you're on. Thanks for checking out the content, all right? First off, before we even begin with anything, Lance Catamaran actually gifted a sub before I had started the show. So I just want to get this up on the leaderboard to be sure that I count it now, because if I don't, I might forget all about it. And I certainly don't want to do that. So thank you, Lance. Not only the first contributor of the new week, but the first contributor on Kick, and that is very, very much appreciated. Now, Friday was May 1st, okay? So technically, Friday was the beginning of a new month. And every time that I start a new month here on the channel, we have a little bit of a celebration. I'm like, oh, look, we have new decorations and a new background and new animations and all of that. Because we had a marathon on Friday, I really didn't get into that, okay? So what I'd like to do is let you guys know what's going on. Because the thing is, we have had a situation where in the last couple of months, I'm constantly updating stuff anyway. If you haven't noticed, the animations that I have on stream are constantly updating and rotating. We currently have some animations that are based on Mouse PI for Hire and Pragmata. As we wrap up those playthroughs, obviously those animations will be retired, and we will then likely have more new ones, right? So, it's not like I was going to come out with a huge slew of new animations for the month, but what I can say is I've refreshed them. Basically, right now, we have all retro animations, meaning no matter how you're contributing to the streams, you're going to see something that's a cool retro throwback. The only exception will be the Mouse PI for Hire and the Pragmata animations, which again will probably be phased out likely by the end of this week, if not early next week. I will likely, when I get some time, add more new animations in there, and I turn some on and off every once in a while. You might have seen with Lance Catamaran, we had the Chun-Li spinning bird kick animation, which I haven't used for a while, and I brought it back now. So I like this. It makes things feel fresh. It makes it exciting. You don't know what you're going to see if you contribute. It's kind of cool, right? And as you can see, I did refresh the background for the month. We got Mega Man in honor of the Mega Busting Marathon that took place on Friday. We brought back this guy, which I haven't even had out this year yet. So pretty cool to have that thing back. If you don't know what that is, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Does anyone remember that game? Oh, it's pretty old. It's over a decade old. When it came out back then, they used to have these absolutely ridiculous collector's editions of games that would come with stuff that had nothing to do with the game at all. This literally has nothing to do with the game. It's a Tesla lamp of a katana hilt. I mean, yeah, there's a katana in the game, but it's not Tesla katana. So the question is like, what is going on? What does it have to do with anything? Nothing. But it came with it, and I literally had it sitting around in storage for years and years and never used it. But now that I actually have a show and, you know, streams where I need a backdrop, it's pretty cool to actually use as the backdrop. So we're going to have that for this month, okay? I brought back the game over sign, and I did refresh some animations. We have game animations for all my current games, but we also have a new thing. I did all retro animations for my Divum Pixu frame here. So there will be new stuff that you will see over the course of this week, okay? Pretty good stuff. Hope that you enjoy it. And, of course, feedback always appreciated if it's positive. If it's not, you keep it to yourself. I don't care. There you go. Okay. So we are refreshed for the month, and there will be, you know, newer animations, refreshed animations over the course of the month. FYI, it won't just be the same animations constantly. We will update them and, you know, refresh them when appropriate. Okay? Cool. Let's see here. I just received a $5 CHF super chat. I don't know what CHF is. I forget. Let me take a quick look. Swiss francs. So that $5 Swiss franc super chat is actually $6.40 from Sapphires. Let's get this up on the leaderboard and see what they have to say. $6.40. Thank you. So, Sapphire says, that sounds like a show or something. Welcome to Sapphire Says. I wish for a girlfriend or wife who's Japanese or Korean, heard they're the prettiest. Also, when will you order in or eat KFC again? To be honest, I don't like KFC that much. Like, I think the breading on the chicken tastes good. Outside of that, I think the quality of the chicken is poor. It is slimy. It is not, you know, high quality at all. Like, I would much prefer eating chicken from Popeyes. I prefer eating chicken from Jollibee to KFC. And so, since we've been doing different shows of DSP Tries It covering chicken in the last year or two, I've been preferring to go to the other places. You're right. I almost never eat KFC because I don't like it. Okay? The thing is, like, could I try KFC? Sure. Am I going to like it? Probably not, but I already know that. So since I already don't like it, it doesn't really make sense for me to go there for DSP Tries It just to give it a negative review when I know I prefer other chickens. Does that make sense? If KFC ever had anything amazing, like, oh my goodness, that's such a new offering, I've never heard anything like that before. If they had something like that, I would probably try it. The thing is, since the Double Down, which, no exaggeration, is one of the very first episodes of DSP Tries It that I did almost 15 years ago, okay? Outside of the Double Down, I don't think KFC has had a single thing worth eating. You know, oh, look, the famous bowls. Well, what's so famous about it? It's just a bunch of fucking popcorn chicken with, you know, potatoes, gravy. It's all crap. It's all low-grade garbage. Like, it's not good food. It's not even something interesting or original. It's like you took everything you had in your store and you smashed it together in a bowl so a baby would eat it. You know, like when I was a kid, I didn't like to eat my greens. So what my parents would do is they would mix rice, chicken, broccoli, and other stuff into a bowl and mash it together, and I would eat it like baby food. Then it got me to eat my greens. So guess what? That's what KFC is treating you like, a baby. Oh, you want food, but you don't like it? Here, we'll crush it all together. So why would I go to KFC? You see what I mean? I just don't see the point. Now, the weird thing is, other parts of the world, KFC is good. From what I'm going to understand, outside of the United States, KFC is considered a higher-end fast food. In Japan, people go there for holidays like it's a special deal because apparently the quality is so good. But in the United States, it is complete garbage. Really, it's like bottom of the barrel level fried chicken. It used to be really good, and it's just gone way downhill over the years. You know what I compare it to? Subway. How Subway at one point used to actually be a really good sandwich chain, and now they're actually the worst, and everyone else has surpassed them. So that's kind of how I see it anyway. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show you something. You ready for this? I'm wearing a muscle shirt today. That's right, a tank top. I've actually bought a bunch of these because I realized that some of these shirts that I like to wear for the spring and summer, the arms aren't very long. So when I was wearing regular t-shirts, the t-shirt would bulge, excuse me. It would stretch past the shirt and it wouldn't look good, you see? So now, because I'm wearing a muscle shirt, now I can wear these shirts again, and now my bulges will show. So there you go. All right. So I've got muscle shirts now. There we go. That I'll be wearing underneath some of, not always. I'm going to alternate different shirts under here, but I have a few muscle shirts that I purchased. And by the way, they showed up and didn't have holes in them this time. That was always a plus when you order clothes off Amazon and they don't come looking like Swiss cheese. So yeah. Very nice. Okay. So there are plenty of people of muscles that wear shirts. Are there? Are you aware of them? Are you aware of any people who have muscles and wear shirts? Lazuli, how are you? €5 super chat this morning from Lazuli. First of all, let's see what the value of that is. $5.87. And Lazuli says, hey, Phil, I hope you're doing good. I've been watching your content all the way since your prototype playthrough. Holy moly. That's a long time. I mean, you're talking a really long time ago, right? So thank you so much for watching me all of these years. It's great to have you here, and thank you for your support this morning. Our first Euros of the week right there. Thank you so much. Okay. So, folks, let's look into it. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about everything going on right now, all right? So, first off, let's get the past out of the way, all right? Friday was May 1st. Not only was it my mega busting marathon, but also it was the anniversary of the fappening. That's right, May 1st, a day that will live in infamy forever. You might like the day, but for me, I ruined it for the whole world because it is the anniversary of you-know-what that happened on a stream. Now, that was 10 years ago. And in 10 years, a ton of stuff has changed and improved, and I'm happy and healthy and doing good. So I can look back and laugh at it, all right? And we did. It was a good day of laughing at it. We had special animations all day on Friday to celebrate, and people really liked what I set up for it. They thought it was funny. We played Mega Man. How did we do? Well, Mega Man 8, I'm going to be honest, it sucks. And this is exactly what I was afraid was going to happen, because I remembered when I was playing Mega Man in September of last year, we beat Mega Man 6, great game. We were playing Mega Man 7, which is the SNES version. I didn't like it. And then we were playing Mega Man 8, which is the PS1 version, and I also didn't like it. And it just controls poorly. It's slow moving. It's just garbage. Like, for example, Wily Stage 1, it's Battletoads. I'm not kidding. It's fucking Battletoads. Wily Stage 3, it's a shoot 'em up. Why? Is there Mega Man in this game? No. Like, they actually ruined the game and turned it into other genres, I guess because they ran out of ideas. So it really is a bad game. And so I played it for like an hour, and I was just so bored. Like, I just don't want to play this. I want to play classic Mega Man again. So we actually quit out of it. I said, fuck this. And I quit out of Mega Man 8. We started playing 9, and immediately it was a great decision. Now, Mega Man 9 is insanely hard. It's actually the hardest Mega Man game of all the classics. Okay, it's just infamously difficult. But guess what? For the first time ever, I beat it. I actually played it through without cheating, by the way, because what you can do is cheese the game, and you can buy an insane amount of items to just kind of E-tank your way through the game. I didn't do that. I beat it legit. I went through the game from start to finish, not cheating or anything, but instead playing it for real, beating every boss fairly, replaying stages quite a bunch. But I got it done, and it was an endeavor. It took like 4 or 5 hours, seriously, because that game is very difficult. But I got it completed, and I was very happy to finally do so. Then we moved on to Mega Man 10, And we got all 8 Robot Masters done, and then I ran out of time. But you know what? It was a fun time. And the thing is, I'm not going to be doing those all the time. You know, last year I did 3 Mega Man marathons. That was too many. Maybe 1 a year, maybe 2 a year at most. So maybe later this year, if we feel like it and we want retro games, I'll do another Mega Man marathon. All right, but for now, I think we're Mega Man'd out. I would like to finish 8. And then what I think I would like to do is I would probably like to go play the Mega Man X series again, because I've only played them once before in a marathon during a summertime that I did a long time ago. So maybe I'd like to go back and play the Mega Man X collection and play through some of those, because those games are exceptionally good. Like, Mega Man X is, like, superb stuff up until they hit PlayStation. Much like Classic Mega Man. You know, Classic Mega Man is all good if they play like NES games. Anything else is shit. Mega Man X, all the SNES ones are good. When they hit PlayStation, they turned into shit. Okay? So, great marathon. How did it go? Pretty good attendance all day long. Okay? Pretty good engagement and pretty good support. Certainly not the best marathon I've ever done, but way, far from the worst. We had a great time, and I have put out a highlight video, nicely edited for you and packaged. It's been my highlighted video ever since Friday night on this channel, showing the fun that we had reminiscing about the fappening. But the best part about it was that Review Tech USA, live during my stream, on his stream, because he has no content, all he does is stream my content, okay? He tried to super chat, and oddly, like I said live on my stream, he oddly acts like that occurrence is like a special holiday for him. It literally has nothing to do with him, but he's mentally deranged. I mean, he has my O-Face tattooed on his arm. I'm not shitting you. You could see pictures of his insanely hideous, poorly done tattoo. My face is on his arm, okay? He's a fucking deranged lunatic. And he thought, this is a special day. I'm going to be a part of Phil's stream. I'm going to try to contribute to Phil's stream. And he's blocked. And he's so dumb, he can't figure out that you can't contribute to someone's stream when you're blocked. So he spends like 20 minutes trying to do it, fumbling around like an oaf, like a big ape. He's, why can't I send it? And then he just crashes out on his stream, screaming and talking about it, how he's upset that I won't accept his money, because I don't want his money, because he's fucking dented. Okay? Anyway, it was hilarious because my editor caught that moment and put it into my montage video, and it's fucking perfect. So, if you didn't see it yet, definitely check out the highlight video, all right? It's on this channel. It's the featured video. I'll probably have it as the featured video for the week until we do something else notable, okay? So good stuff. And now it is, we're all cool now. We're through that. We can now focus on good stuff for this week, gaming and good fun. For the record, I don't know if I'm going to do a marathon in June, okay? July, we're absolutely doing the Indivestance Day Marathon. We did this last year, and it went really well. So what is Indivestance Day? Well, on Independence Day, which is July 4th, here in the United States, I do a marathon where we reminisce about the past, and I bring back the vests, the hats, the gunner glasses, which I now have new ones of, and all that stuff, okay? So, that day only, when we hit support milestones, you guys will live vote on, do you want to see this vest or this hat or this? And I'll bring them out of storage and I'll play dress up all day like an idiot. But at the same time, it serves dual purposes. My closet is a humongous mess. Since of all the improvements and things that I've done to my setup in the last year, it is just trashed, okay? I need to clean it out. I need to get rid of a whole bunch of shit I'm never going to use. I also need to get access to certain things that I can't. I actually have a storage rack in my studio on the back wall over there that I want to get in the closet and use, and I haven't had a chance. So that's a dual purpose. I'll be able to basically clean out the closet and show off my retro games collection. I showed this off to you like 4 or 5 years ago, and I haven't had a chance to do anything with it. It's just sat in there. So we'll be able to look at these games in HD. I'll show you the boxes and the condition and everything of them. And we'll look them up together, and we'll see if they have any good value or not, because I don't know what these games are actually valued at. But now we have the ability to actually jump online and look for values online and stuff, what they're selling for. Because retro games are just going up and up in value, and I have a ton, all right? So we'll look at that together. That'll be pretty fun. So that's the next 100% locked-in marathon. July 4th, Indivestance Day Marathon here on DSP Gaming. I can't wait for that. It's going to be exciting, okay? But outside of that, I just don't know if I want to do another marathon before then. If we do, I don't know what it would be. And last couple of times when we did a marathon just for the sake of doing one without, like, something special, it didn't really work. Like, my birthday marathon worked because it was my birthday. The May 1st marathon worked because it was the anniversary. But I did a couple marathons before that. No one really cared. So maybe we don't bother with it. Maybe we skip it for June, and then we come back in July. Unless we come up with an idea. If we come up with a good idea, then I'm okay. All right, so let's think about it. Let's talk about it over the course of May. Maybe do some brainstorming. See what we can come up with, and go from there. But I'm down for a marathon if you guys are, if we can figure it out, okay? Okay, Sapphires did another super chat, another 2 crone super chat. Let's see what that is valued at again. $2.56, thank you so much. I want to try Jollibee one day. Also, you're welcome. Well, thank you again. And if you have a Jollibee near you and you have not tried it, okay, I'm going to recommend it, but I'm going to recommend certain things. Their fried chicken, which they call, I think, Joy, Chicken Joy, super duper good. Like, ridiculously tasty, crispy, full of flavor, juicy, juicy chicken. I love it, okay? I tried their burger that has the pineapple on it. I don't know if they call it, like, the Hawaiian burger or whatever. That was one of the best fast food burgers I've had in years. It was mouth-wateringly delicious. Every bite was amazing, okay? And I do believe that I've also tried, like, their chicken sandwich, and I loved it. Things I didn't like, some of the weird stuff. Like, they have, like, spaghetti with hot dog and stuff in it. And it's like, some of the stuff is weird. But if you stick to the fried chicken and the burgers, I think you can't go wrong. I've loved both. In fact, I'll be honest, just talking about it, I'm starting to crave Jollibee again. And we'll talk about that because maybe we will do Jollibee again soon for DSP Tries It. It's been many months since I did it. Maybe we'll go back. But let's talk about actual DSP Tries It for tomorrow. All right, let's talk about it. So, tomorrow, it is going to be DSP Tries It, the Mandalorian and Grogu special collaborative meal menu from Burger King, if it's available. And the reason I say that is because Burger King is kind of hit or miss around here. Sometimes on release day, you can get their new items, and other times it's not there. Like last time, they came out with a new Whopper. It was called the Peppercorn something something Whopper. I wanted to get it on release day. They didn't have it. You had to wait a few days, and then they added it to the menu, and I was able to get it. But it was frustrating because I couldn't cover it for the show on release day. It sucked, right? So now, I would absolutely like to get this meal. Tomorrow's May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day. So it makes sense to do the meal then, but they actually have to have it. So hopefully they do. And if they do, tomorrow's daytime stream, okay, will be the continuation and conclusion of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. We're going to wrap up that playthrough for good so that we're done with it for now. And then after that, we're going to do DSP Tries It, the Mandalorian and Grogu menu from Burger King. Now, if I can't get it, I have a backup plan. But I don't want to spoil the backup plan because I think it's a good one. So I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to leave it as a surprise. Hopefully, though, we can do the meal. It would be the perfect day to obviously do it, being May 4th, right? Okay. Good stuff. Now, before we get into other stuff, a ton of people are trying to tag me and talk to me. So let's do a little bit of Q&A interaction here, and then we'll get into stuff like the schedule and everything this week. Let's see what people want to talk about. Satan, what's up? Good morning. Good to see ya. Volkazik says it would be great to see you do spicy chicken challenge or something like that. Now, I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean buying spicy chicken from various different places and comparing them? Because that would be a daunting task to try to order from multiple different places, have it all delivered at once. I've done it once before. About 2 years ago, I did the Triple Smash Burger Challenge. And even though I'll admit it was a fun to do, and it was good to do like a triple taste test, it was incredibly expensive because I had to order for 3 different places, each have their own fees and shit associated with the order. And it didn't really pan out. Like, the episode didn't do that well. So it wasn't really worth, you know, the amount of effort and money to do it. Lalafell. What's up, King Michael? Good to see you. Good morning. Lalafell says, if you get Jollibee, get the Final Fantasy 14 meal and give me the code. I didn't even know that they had a Final Fantasy 14 meal because I haven't been checking on them. Maybe I should. Maybe we should consider Jollibee in the next couple of weeks. I'm down for that. Okay. What's the meal that Burger King has? It's a special kind of Whopper, which really isn't. What it is it's like a Whopper with Swiss and bacon, big deal, and a creamy barbecue sauce. That's the one thing I don't understand because they never had a creamy barbecue sauce before. So whatever that flavoring is, it's chicken fries dusted in a garlic seasoning, big deal. A garlic dipping sauce, big deal. Cheesy bacon tots, big deal. They've had those before too. And then a Grogu shake, which is supposed to be like vanilla ice cream with blue cookie pieces and a blue sugary syrup squirted into it. So Grogu's gooey syrup is squirted into the shake. It sounds good. It surely sounds like something Americans would eat, that's for sure. That's all I have to say. Like, sad and you know, disappointing that Americans eat this slop, but it should make, the thing is, because there's multiple items, it'll make a good video. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll make a good episode of DSP Tries It. It probably won't be a good meal, but it'll probably be a good episode of DSP Tries It, okay? Zion says, will I try Subnautica 2? Well, has it been announced yet, like, with a release date? I know that it went through development hell, where I guess the company, the developers and the company that, like, produced and financed, they got into this big argument, and I guess they fired the devs after the game was done to try to get the devs to not get paid their bonus, but the devs sued and won the lawsuit, so now they're getting their bonus, and they've been taken back on as employees. It's like the most sloppy, messy situation I've ever heard of in game development, but I don't know if the game is formally announced and has a release date yet. If you guys wanted me to check it out, I would. But the thing is, if it's anything like Subnautica 1, it'll start off interesting and get pretty boring as it gets very samey and grindy later on in the game. That's what happened with the original Subnautica. Rose Diamond says, are you going to check out Directive 8020, the newest Supermassive game that comes out later this month? Of course I am. I've been waiting for a new Supermassive game for a very long time. It comes out on May 12th. That's actually our very first game of the month. Let me delete all this crap from before. So tomorrow is the release of the Steam controller. I have to try to remember to order this thing at 10 a.m. because that's when it goes available. I have to see if I can actually buy it exactly at 10 a.m. All right. Then the next first big game coming out this month is Directive 8020, which comes out May 12th. Forza Horizon 6 is May 19th. Bubsy 4D, May 22nd. 007 First Light, May 27th. Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, May 29th. So the second half of May is very busy. Crazy amount of new stuff. That's why I want to wrap up my playthroughs of Pragmata, Dragon Quest, Mouse PI for Hire, all right, before then. Now, if I still have a lingering playthrough like Pokemon, that's totally cool. Oh, we've got to talk about Saros, and we will in a moment, because I have more stuff to shout out. We got to talk about Saros, because I am playing it again tonight, but already I can tell you guys, I'm already getting kind of vibes that this may not be one that ends up staying, and we'll talk about that. Okay. First tip of the week has come in, a $5 tip. Thank you so much for the $5 tipper. Let's get your animation. I don't know why the volume is so low for that on tips. That's weird. It is. I'm going to up the volume of that. Let's try that again. Ready? That's much better. Now you can actually hear it. So, thank you to the $5 tipper. They said one of these night streams before you have to check out a game called Before Your Eyes. It's a 2-hour unique narrative experience you and your viewers would love. The reviews on Steam speak for themselves. I think this week we are likely going to be doing a night stream where we try out some new games. I don't see why not, because we have this week and next week before new games start to hit. And I do feel like we are going to wrap up multiple playthroughs this week. Like, at the very least, we're going to finish Dragon Quest, and we're going to finish Pragmata this week, okay? Mouse PI for Hire is iffy. And the reason I say that is it looks like there's 7 or 8 stages left, and each stream we've been beating 2 stages. So maybe we'll get almost to the end, but not quite finish it this week. We'll have to see. But the other games I think will be done, in which case we can add other stuff into the schedule. I do want to bring fighting games back. At the very least, I think I want to do Friday Night Fights retro games, okay? I don't know how well that'll work, but we can try. Outside of that, yeah, we might have a stream or two this week that's free that we could just check out games on Steam, and maybe that'll be one we check out, so thank you for that. Okay. Lalafell says, there's a fan game called Mushroom Kingdom Fusion. Whenever you get downtime, it's a Mario Mega Man platformer that has a bunch of different game collabs. Okay, this is not the time to suggest games right now. We're not trying new games today, and suggesting games now, it's just going to go in and out of my ears, right over my head. What we need to do right now is talk about what we're doing, the schedule for the week, and stuff like that. And we're just going to chill today, but we will talk about new games this week when we start wrapping up games. That's the thing. We have to wrap up games before we can play new games. So let's get through the games we're playing right now. Okay? Fair enough. I received another $5 tip. And this is from Chocoboko, who says, I finally have a Sunday to myself and I bought a fighting game today. It's not Invincible Versus. Instead, it's SNK's World Heroes Perfect, which is now on Steam. I did hear about this, that they added World Heroes Perfect onto Steam. Now, I don't know if this actually is a game that has online capabilities and full lobbies and things, or if it's just like emulating the game so that it has posterity. I haven't looked into it. Let me take a quick look. Smooth online with rollback netcode, full featured practice mode. Wow. It actually has online play and everything. That's crazy. World Heroes, for those who don't know, I'll show you the game. Ready? This was a game from SNK in the 90s. It was meant to compete with other franchises directly, like Street Fighter, okay? And it's pretty good. It has a pretty unique cast of characters. It's actually supposed to be like heroes from various different cultures fighting each other. Although it's weird because they're not necessarily all like heroes. How about Mudman? You want to play as Mudman? Yeah. And there's characters that look just like Ryu and Ken, basically. Look, gee, I wonder who that's supposed to be right there. Who could that character possibly be? I'm not sure. So this was an era when basically every game, every fighting game was trying to bite off a Street Fighter, and some were more successful than others. World Heroes did all right for what it was. This game's only $15. I mean, I haven't played World Heroes in a million years. This could be fun just to mess around. Like, if you guys wanted to see me try this week for a fighting game on a night stream, I would do that. Now, I'm going to suck at it. I haven't played it. Look, here's Rasputin. This is freaking, I'm not even kidding. This is Rasputin from what country was he from? I forget. But he has freaking giant, like, psychic feet and shit that he kicks you with. The game's ridiculous. There's, like, a pro wrestler fighting Rasputin. And then there's, like, a Ryu knockoff. And then there's, like, a dude with blades. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's a wild game. And this is the last version, because there was World Heroes, and then there was World Heroes 2, and then there was another one, and then this was the final one, if I remember. Like, this is the last version of World Heroes Perfect, I believe. So, I'd be down to try. If you guys wanted me to, I would check that out this week and play it on a stream and just have some fun messing around. I mean, I'm not going to remember how to play it. It's been so long, but it plays like Street Fighter. Like, it literally does play like a Street Fighter game. So it wouldn't be super hard or anything to figure out. It would just be, I wouldn't be good at it, but it would be funny to play, I think. All right, so that's a possibility for this week. Thank you for the suggestion there, Chocoboko. Yeah, forget Invincible Versus, the button mash. I'm not even kidding you. That game takes more skill to play than Invincible Versus. I'm not shitting you, because you actually need to do motions. You need to have timing. There's footsies. There's spacing and zoning. It's not just dash forward, mashing buttons and assists nonstop, and then doing a mini game to stop tagging. It actually has strategy and gameplay fundamentals in it. So a game from 1995 actually is better, more complex, and a more skillful game than the brand new Invincible Versus that just came out a few days ago. Pretty cool. All right. This person is obviously a troll, but I'll read it anyway. Jeff says, what is considered good support to keep a game in rotation? Is it cash-based, viewer count, or a mix? I've already explained this a million times. Do I really have to do it again? There's 3 factors. Attendance, engagement, support. Attendance means just the raw amount of people who show up, whether it's on YouTube, Kick, or a combination of the two. Engagement is how many people that are actually on the stream care about what's going on the stream and are actively talking and engaging with me and being a part of the fun, rather than say you're there but you're completely disengaged and not paying attention and you think that the game is boring or whatever. And support is pretty straightforward. The amount of people who actually support the stream with contributions, whether that be, memberships or super chats on the YouTube side, kicks or subs on the Kick side, or tips via PayPal. All right. There is not one actual method of success. It's actually a combination of all 3. Because ultimately, the best playthroughs are going to have a lot of people watching, a lot of people talking about them, and also a lot of people supporting. That's what you want. The thing is, you can't always get that. Particularly what I've noticed is for particular kinds of games, I'm just never going to get a lot of viewers, but I might get a smaller, more engaged group that really like the game and will support it. Then there might be games where I just get a giant amount of viewers, but sadly, we just don't get a lot of support for it. So there's kind of this mix that you have to try to find the balance of. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. And, there is no 100% measure. It's subjective, and it changes from game to game and situation to situation. What I am happy for is that, notably this year so far, all right, even though I might have a few streams that are doing really well, if I have a slower stream, it doesn't matter because I'm doing other streams that are doing really well. So if you like the podcast and you support right now, it won't matter if the rest of the stream with Pokemon doesn't do so well. Or vice versa. If this overall stream does really well, it doesn't really matter then if later tonight the Sorrow stream doesn't do so well. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. Lazuli says you should play a Pokemon MMO because you can play Gen 1 through 5 and trade. What is Pokemon MMO? There is no real Pokemon MMO, right? Like, if there is one, it's either got to be like a knockoff, like, what the hell's the name of the game that I played a couple years ago that stole all the Pokemon IP and changed it slightly? I can't remember what it's called now. Or maybe it's a fan-made game. There's no official Nintendo Pokemon MMO, right? No. Okay. Pal World. Thank you. That's what it was called. Pal World. Yes. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. What I'd like to do is talk about what we're going to be doing this week. Talk about possibilities for new stuff this week. Okay. Oh, there's a couple quick things I want to cover. So number 1, listen to this. Number 1, new things have been improved around here, and I want to call them out. Pretty interesting. Just in the last 1 to 2 weeks, some things that have improved and changed in regards to contributions and animations and things that I can do now. So first off, there was always this ongoing problem with Kick. And the problem was on Kick, if you're watching me on Kick, okay, and you want to contribute, and you wanted to gift subs, all right, Kick has this thing called anonymous subs, but they never worked. And what I mean by that is people would say, oh, I want to gift subs anonymously. That way people don't know it's me contributing to Phil's stream, and I won't get harassed online by his, insanely mentally deficient detractors. Well, that was the whole idea of anonymous contributions, right? No one would know it's you. But sadly, what would happen is people would gift the anonymous subs, and then on the screen, it would pop up and just say the name of the person who gifted anonymously anyway. So there was a disconnect between visually what you would see on the stream and the data that was sent out for these services that do pop-ups, and it would just expose the person anyway, so the anonymous sub was completely worthless in that regard. They fixed it. So in the last week, people can now do anonymous subs on Kick, and it works properly. So if you're interested in contributing on Kick, but you don't want to get your information out there, you can now do so. Just look at where it says gift a sub, and you can do it anonymously completely, and you will not get doxxed. Okay? So there you go. That's number 1 improvement. Number 2, as of like Thursday or Friday, On the YouTube side of things, you can now do a super sticker in the chat to support the stream. You can pick the specific animation that you want to be shown in the chat, and it now plays on stream. This has always been a huge disconnect for some reason that it didn't work, but now it does. So just in the last few days, we've seen these animations playing, and some of them are funny and interesting. Some of them are just straight up bizarre. But if you wanted to do a super sticker of any size, the animation should show up on stream now, as long as it's 99 cents or more, because that's the limit that I have set up is 99 cents. I don't play animations for anything smaller than that, because then you'd have people spamming nickels to put animations constantly on stream, and it just wouldn't work. It would be too sloppy. Okay, so FYI, that is now available, and we've seen a few, and it's been pretty fun to see those super stickers in action for the first time. Otherwise, we've only seen them in chat, but now to actually see them on stream in full HD glory is pretty darn cool. So there you go. Now, the one thing that we still don't have working after all of this time is kicks on Kick. What I mean by that is Kick has a currency called kicks that you can send to support a streamer. They still don't work right when it comes to animations on screen, when it comes to tracking them in a queue. These things have existed all year, and even like last year, they still don't work. And I really hope that they will eventually get this working with these services, because no exaggeration, it's there. It says on Kick show, subs, gifted subs, anonymous subs, and kicks. And the kicks just don't show up ever. So when you guys send kicks, I have to shout them out like immediately, because if I don't have a queue that I can look at and track them. So I can shout them out after the fact, which is frustrating. And for kicks, basically, if you guys do like 500 kicks or more, I'll manually play an animation. 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. I did get 10,000 before, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I would manually do that so that you guys get some recognition, but it just sucks that I have to manually do it. It would be nice if it would just pop up automatically. Hopefully they'll fix that eventually. Okay? So I just wanted to throw that out there, because those are all changes that just happened within the last week to 2 weeks. If you support the stream, you should get credit. I'll do a nice live shout out. You'll get a nice animation on stream. And now it's working even better. I think the super sticker thing is a huge improvement, because people like using super stickers, but you can never see them on a stream ever. Now finally they show up on the stream, which is really cool. Okay. So Lazuli says, it's a fan-based MMO. It has the ROM of the real Pokemon games. You can interact with other players with trading, customizing your character, and playing the history of the game. Well, I mean, that's why it's a ROM hack. I don't do emulation. I don't do ROM hacks. Not to say that I never would, but I just haven't dabbled in them as of yet, nor do I have plans to really get around to that anytime soon. We have more than enough things that we've been doing that are official games to buy and play without having to mess around with that kind of stuff. And historically, the few games that I tried to mod, say Dark Souls 1 and GTA 4, were both messy. Like, they didn't work right out of the gates. They took multiple patches and improvements and things to get them to work right. So for me, like, would I ever play a modded game? Sure. Would I emulate? Sure. But it's got to be, like, rare, because it takes a lot of work to get set up. And I really don't want to bother with it when there's a million other things that I could be doing that are ready to go right out of the gate by buying them. You understand? So, yeah. Any plans to trade evolve eligible Pokemon? How? Rebel Yeller. If you're talking about in Fire Red has no online capabilities at all. So how exactly would I trade evolve Pokemon? You can't do it. I don't know what you mean. Another Switch locally. Yeah, I'm not buying multiple copies of Fire Red. I'm not doing trade between Switches. No, I'm not doing that. What's up, Chris? How are you this morning? It's good to see you. Well, this afternoon now. Uniqueness, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Okay, what I would like to do, all right, to get this out of the way, let's talk about the schedule for the week that we have laid out so far, so that you guys know exactly what to expect. Because I do have some apprehensions about this week, okay? Let's get to it, shall we? And then we'll do some flexing. We'll do the flexing segment of the podcast. Does that sound good? All right. So, here's what we're looking at. Now, today, we're going to continue with Pokemon Fire Red. I'm stoked. The Pokemon playthrough has done very well. People love the game. I love the game. We have a great time hanging out, chilling, recruiting Pokemon, fighting gym leaders, etc. It's going to be more chill fun. I don't even know where we are. Aren't we, we're taking the sea path to this, is it the Sea Foam Islands? And I think we have to go back into the cave and get through that entire cave, if I remember correctly. I don't know what's past that. But the playthrough's done great. Every time we play Pokemon, we get an engaged audience who come by and support the playthrough. They love it. I'm down to not only finish the base game, but keep going, because apparently this game has a lot of post-game extra content that's really fun. I'm down for that. I've never played any of it. So as long as you guys keep showing up, hanging out, and having a good time, I'm down to continue with Fire Red, okay? Tonight on the late stream, we're doing more Saros, okay? Saros is a game that came out on Thursday. It's the spiritual successor to Pragmata. Now, when I say that, not Pragmata, excuse me. It's the spiritual successor to Returnal. Sorry about that. Returnal, that game that was a PlayStation exclusive 5 years ago. Now, when I say the spiritual successor to Returnal, what I mean to say is it's Returnal 2. Like, it's literally the same game. They're not even trying to hide it. They're not even trying to spin it like, oh, this is new. It's Returnal 2. It's exactly the same gameplay mechanics, just with a few tweaks here or there. I will admit that the gameplay loop is a little bit better, because now no matter what, you earn upgrades that stick. With Returnal, you could waste a run and waste another run and waste your time. In this game, no matter what, you're earning this in-game currency that then allows you to make upgrades every single time that you make another run. So in that regard, there is a huge improvement. However, my observations just by playing the game for 3 hours on release day is that I don't think this will very much become a game that's going to be a lengthy playthrough for me. And what do I mean by that? Already in the first 3 hours, I had to replay the first level like 4 or 5 times. That's how the game is. Like, that's the design of the game, is that when you first take on a level, you have to keep replaying it over and over to grind and get enough resources to level up, so eventually you can get to the end of the stage with upgrades and take on the boss, beat the boss, and then continue on to the next area, where then you repeat the same process of repetitively playing it over and over and over, and so that you can get to the next stage, you see? The problem with that is, the initial time you get to a new stage, it's fun. The second time, it's a little better. When you get to the third and fourth time, it starts to get boring for the viewer. I totally get that. Like, already I can tell you, I fought the boss 2-3 times. When I go to fight them again tonight, people are going to be like, oh, it's this boss again? Yeah, I'm with you. And the thing is, the game is designed to be a grind. The first boss has 4 phases. 4. It's the first boss of the game. And it has 4 phases. Like, it's the final boss of a FromSoft game. That's how the game is designed. So, for a player to pick up the controller and say, I'm going to learn elements and I'm going to play better. And then you do your run and you're like, oh, I died, but I get upgrades now. And then you go back, you get a little further. Oh, I got more upgrades now. You get a little further. You got to the boss. Ooh, I'm excited. You pass the boss. Yeah. For the player, it feels like earned progress. Does that make sense? It's exciting. For the viewer, it's likely boring as dirt. And I'm going to compare this, just like I just said, it is Returnal 2. I'm going to compare this directly to Returnal 1. That's exactly what happened when I played Returnal 1. The first 2 or 3 streams, people were happy. And then after that, they were like, this game ain't it. It's too boring. It's the same shit. Yeah, it's bullet hell. But dude, it's the same repetitive fucking thing over and over. It's boring as shit. Now I'm playing it and I'm like, it's actually not boring. It's fun. I'm overcoming challenges. We're getting further. We get to see a new biome today. We're taking on a new boss. But the audience wasn't with me. The audience actually kept complaining. They didn't really like it. But I toughed through it. You know, times were different back then. And basically, if I bought a game, I didn't have the freedom to just dump it and buy another game. I was, you know, times were tight. But today, things are very different. Today, we can jump into any project that you guys want. All right? So here's the thing. I want to do a second stream of Saros tonight. If we enjoy it, and I make progress, and it does well, then we can continue with Saros in the schedule this week. As you can see, I already have a stream of it set up for Tuesday. But if we play it tonight and we're all bored, or I get bored, or you get bored, or whatever, it's not working, we don't have to play it anymore. Really, I don't care that it's $70 and I bought it. Who gives a shit? If the game's not working for the streams, it doesn't work for the streams, It's not 2000 anymore. I have the freedom to do whatever the hell I want. And if we want to do something that's more interesting, then we should do that. We should say to hell with this game. We see what it is. It's just Returnal a second time. I don't care. All right? So let's see what happens tonight. If you guys come by and hang out, hopefully it'll work out and it'll be good and we'll keep it in the schedule. But if it ends up sucking, it sucks. Big deal. Okay? So the best thing I could say, if you like Soros, you liked my first stream of it, you want to see me play it further, show up tonight. Stream starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Gameplay starts around 7:30. Show up, engage, and support it. Let's go. Let's have a great stream tonight of it. And if it does well, then we keep it in the schedule. If it doesn't do well, we drop that shit like a hot rock and we move on to better stuff. Okay? Cool. As you can see on Monday, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined will finally finish. Okay, we're going to see the ending because we already beat the final boss, but now we have to see the ending, which apparently is an insanely lengthy sequence in this game. And then we got to see what the post-game content is because I literally don't know. People are saying the game has significant post-game content, but I don't know if this is anything people are interested in considering we've been playing this game since February. We're like 60 hours into it, and people are screaming at me to stop playing it and play other games. So let's see how the stream goes tomorrow. Also on that stream, the DSP Tries It, Mandalorian, and Grogu menu, if they have it. Okay? Tomorrow night on the late stream, Pragmata, probable conclusion, because we are essentially in the final part of the game, and it looks like we'll beat it. Now people are saying, oh, if you go back and do these optional criteria, you can get a secret ending. I don't know if we're going to do that, honestly. We'll have to see how things go tomorrow night, but at least we'll be able to finish the game and see the regular ending, okay? Tuesday, like I already said, if people want more Soros, I'm willing to play more Soros. But if they're not, like if it's boring, then we should do something different on Tuesday. What? I don't know. Maybe we could make Mouse PI for Hire the day stream, and then at night we could try some new games on Steam. I'm okay with that, if that's what we end up doing. Okay? And then Wednesday, more Pokemon Fire Red, and then whatever. The truth is, we are free to do whatever we want for the second half of the week. Okay? We are. Obviously, I definitely want to beat Pragmata this week. I want to get much further in Mouse PI for Hire, and I want to continue with Pokemon Fire Red, and I want to finish Dragon Quest. But what I would like to do, possibly, is maybe add another game or two to the rotation. Maybe go to my Steam wish list and look at all the games we wish listed and do a night where we do tryouts, try 2-3 games, and see if any of them are good and they stick and then we want to play them further. Like, I'd be down for that. But also this week, all right, I want to bring back classic fighting games to the mix. All right? Now, I don't know what that entails yet. It could be that we're just playing all of the collections. We try to play Third Strike, CVS 2, Super Turbo, Marvel 2, and see how it goes. Or it could be something different. I've actually been talking with some people behind the scenes from the FGC, my old friends from back in the day. Maybe we could actually get together and play these in a different way. I don't know. But it all depends on timing and scheduling, and that's the problem. You know, everyone's a busy adult now. It's not that everyone just has time to drop everything to play fighting games. So, I will let you know as things develop this week. At the very least, I want to play classic fighting games on Friday night. I want to do Friday Night Fights this week. I want to bring it back, okay? Don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. We're going to see how it goes and go from there. All right? So, Friday Night Fights will be this week. Outside of that, maybe we'll do more fighting games as well if we can make it happen, but I'll let you know as things develop over the course of the week, okay? All right. So I hope that makes sense. The big question mark is Soros. Like, will Soros do well tonight? Or will it crash and burn and people will get bored of it and won't want it anymore? Which I'm okay with. Either way, if I play it and I'm making progress and people like it, great. If I'm playing it and I'm bored and you're bored or we're just like, to hell with this, forget it. The truth is, Returnal was a tough as balls game. And when I beat it, I didn't feel like it was worth it. Not at all. I did legit beat the game and I was like, meh. Why'd I kind of spend all that time and effort on it? It's not a FromSoft game, so it doesn't feel rewarding when you beat it. It was just like a meh moment. So I don't know if Soros is worth it either. You know? There's a difference between making a hyper difficult game where like it's culturally relevant, everyone's playing it and everyone loves it, and therefore it means something to beat it, versus just playing a hard game because they made it hard and no one really cares. And when I played Saros on Thursday, it really felt to me like half the people didn't even know the game was out. Like, I'm not even kidding. People were like, oh, what's this game? This came out? I didn't even know it was coming out. And I'm like, oh, that's not a good sign. And then when we played it, and I was playing through, people were like, this is literally just Returnal. And I'm like, you're right. It actually is Returnal. It's the same game again 5 years later. I don't know why they made Returnal a second time. They could have made a different game, but they just decided to remake Returnal again with some tweaks. That's not going to fly for a lot of people who are looking for an original experience, because this ain't it. You know what I mean? So, let's see how it goes tonight, all right? Okay, fair enough. Very good, guys. So, let's do some quick shout-outs, and then let's see what's on everyone's mind. We'll do some Q&A for the show. We're already an hour in. Wow, time flies. Princess Luna has gifted our first membership of the week. Thank you so much, Princess Luna. Let's go ahead and get that up on the leaderboard. I appreciate that very much. And then Soul at 2 a.m. did a $2 super chat and says, when is the next Chill with Phil? Well, see, that's another thing, too. Chill with Phil, for those who don't know, Chill with Phil is basically a night when I don't particularly have much planned, or if something goes awry and the thing that I planned just isn't working. And therefore, we just kind of hang out and do some Q&A and have fun together, you know, and it could be about anything, right? So, yeah, that's the deal. Like, we just hang out and talk. And the thing is, sometimes we end up doing a bunch of these in a month if things aren't working and playthroughs get canceled, or we just have a night where something doesn't work out, then we do that, right? Or, on the flip side of that, sometimes we specifically plan it, and we say, tonight we just want to hang out. We just want a decompression night where we chill, and there's no drama, and there's no challenging gameplay, but instead we just relax. So, we haven't done a scheduled Chill with Phil in a very long time. And the last time we did one was a month or two ago. The thing is, we've just been very busy, right? I've been, balancing quite a lot of games for a long time now. And because of that, we haven't had empty times in the schedule with nothing going on where we're like, oh, we need just a filler night or whatever. So that's why we haven't done it. But we could bring it back if people want it. I like hanging out with you guys and just chilling. How is my cat? Jasper Kitty is great. Thanks for asking. Faded Shadow says, if you don't want to play Saros, don't. I'm not fussed about it. I'm sure others don't care about it either. That's the thing. It's not that I don't want to play it, but that first impression stream that I did on Thursday didn't sell me on it at all. Like, it just feels like, oh, it's just difficult for the sake of being difficult again. But it's not going to have a significant story that's really going to matter. It's not really culturally relevant. I don't hear a ton of people talking about Saros and excited for it. So why am I going to torture myself with an ultra hard game that's only hard because that's what they wanted to do a second time with no real relevance to it? You know what I mean? Like, FromSoft games, when you play them, you know they're ultra hard, but they're culturally relevant. Everyone's playing them. Everyone talks about them. Everyone's excited to see everyone play them. It's kind of a really cool thing. With Saros, no one even knew the game was coming out. So it's out. Oh, it's out now. Big deal, right? Does it? You even want to see anyone play it? Have you watched anyone play it yet? Right? The videos have done terrible. Oh, that's what I should show you. Take a look at this. Hold on. Seriously, you ready? Take a look at this. Here are the Saros videos so far. Part 1, 1,500 views. Part 2, 600 views. Part 3, 700 views. That's in 3 days, because I put this out on Thursday, okay? For the record, every single game that I've played recently has outperformed this. Pragmata has. Mouse PI for Hire has. Pokemon definitely has. Like, those playthroughs are doing much better. For this to be a brand new game and to be bringing in such little attention basically means no one really cares about the game and no one even knew that it existed. All right? Now, again, I'm not upset that I bought it. I wanted to try it for myself and see if it was any good. I think it's fine, but it's just the same game again, so it's not that exciting. So I get why people aren't so excited about it. I guess we'll see tonight what happens. Okay, let's see tonight if people show up for the second stream or if that's the end of it. However, In comparison, my highlight special from Friday already has 4,500 views and climbing, which I'm very happy with. I hope it does better. You know, I'll be honest. So I've been making these highlight videos recently, as you guys know. My editor makes these for me, okay? And here they all are. This is literally every highlight video from the last 3 weeks. The original Street Fighter 6 video now has almost 4,000 views. The highlights of Mouse PI for Hire, 2,400. The highlights of Pragmata, 3,000. The drama video about Codering Kino Casino, 8,000. The Crimson Desert review, where I said it was Old Country Buffet, 12,000 views. So obviously, that's done good. And then the highlight video from Friday, 4.5 thousand, but it's still a relatively new video. All right. Out of all of these videos, only one video has made me any profit. Yeah. So again, I paid for all these, and one video has been profitable. However, I will tell you this. It has helped the channel a bit. Engagement has actually been up. I gained a bunch of subs. And I'm noticing people saying things like, wow, DSPGaming just showed up in my recommended feed. It's in the algorithm again. Okay? So even though it's costing me, my channel is showing up in the algorithm. Now, the key here is, can I continue to get people to come back to check out the channel every week for these highlighted videos or not? Because that's the key. Much like with YouTube Shorts, okay? People see a YouTube short, it gets popular. They're only ever going to come back to you to see more shorts. They don't give a crap about your other content on your channel. They just want more shorts because that's what they're there for. So when people see these highlighted videos and they're like, ooh, I like that video. Guess what they're going to come back for? More highlighted videos. Therefore, if I continue to have these made, maybe I can get a fan base that'll come by once a week to watch whatever the new highlight is. And hey, if it consistently brings in views and engagement for the channel, then it might be worth the investment I'm putting into it. Okay? But if I'm constantly working on these and then they're not doing anything for me, then it's probably not worth the investment. All right? So I'm working. You can see I'm working on it, right? I'm trying to make this kind of content. I'm trying to have stuff, you know, grow, if possible, in the ways that I've been recommended all these years. People have said, do this kind of content. I'm working on it, right? I am. Please watch these videos, engage them, share them with others, let people know DSP is doing this kind of video now. The more people that engage with these videos, this will help the channel grow. Okay? All this stuff down here is my normal content. This is for the long-time viewers. This is for those that have been with me since the beginning. That's what this content is for. All right? But these videos are for newcomers, people who just like to watch edited content, brief content, fast-moving content. Like, I think the by far the best part of this video is when Review Tech USA is trying to contribute to the stream, realizes he's blocked, and crashes out, and then I immediately say, if he ever wants to be a part of my streams, what he needs to do is look at that hideous, ugly fucking tattoo that he put on his arm and stare at the deformed face on it, because that's his future, right? That's like the best part. And that, if you just watch the stream, the marathon, you probably missed that part because you wouldn't get the context. See, but that's why these videos are good. So you got to check them out, okay? Please do. So those are doing good. What I'm hoping is that every video will hit this level, either 8 to 12,000 views. If every highlight video that I put out hits 8 to 12,000 views, then it's worth it. If they end up getting stuck down here, then they're not worth it, okay? So I really hope that this video climbs bigger, because 4.5K is decent, but I needed to hit like 10K for it to really make an impact on the channel. So if you haven't seen it yet, please check it out, share it, let people know about it. If you have hype points and you can put it towards the video, please do. That stuff helps the channel a lot, okay? And like I said, I have seen distinctly subs go up, engagement go up as a result of these videos. I need to keep that momentum going, all right? Cool. Thank you, guys. All right. Sweet. Okay, so, So, Soul at 2 a.m., thanks for $5, and he says, right now you're motivated to do it, but motivation itself is not enough. You need to be disciplined. Discipline remains when motivation fades. To do what? What are you talking about, Soul at 2 a.m.? The highlighted videos? Or are you referencing something else? Because you're right. In life, it's not just about motivation, it is about discipline. Because eventually, motivation can dissipate. But if you have the discipline to keep a routine going, then you keep doing it, right? Like, admittedly, so here's a truthful statement relating exactly to what Soul at 2 a.m. just said. When I first started working out last year, because it was about summertime, I want to say it was like August of last year is probably when I first started working out more seriously. All right? The motivation was I was feeling bad, okay? Now, I was eating healthier, and I was starting to lose some weight, but my body just didn't feel good, right? My muscles were all atrophied. They didn't feel good at all. You know, I didn't have any buffness to my arms whatsoever. They were all flabby. My legs were weakened, okay? I was fat, this big spare tire. And I was like, dude, I'm 43 years old, and I need to do something while I still can. And I finally have the means. You know, I'm doing well now, better, much better financially than I have been. I have the ability to do stuff. So I had a very small dumbbell in the house, like 15 pounds, tiny dumbbell. I'm just going to start working out with this thing just to get my body working. And the motivation was I want to get myself physically active again so I don't feel like a piece of crap. And within a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks of working out just with this 15-pound weight, I started feeling much better, and I'd already basically did as much as I could with the weight. I was already done with it. Like, I need something better. So I went right on Amazon. I ordered an adjustable dumbbell set, right? I started doing basic exercises with that. Within a week or two of doing that, I realized I can't just do it like this. I need a bench to actually do the exercises properly. So then I bought the bench. And so the initial motivation was there, okay? But I will say this, after 4 months of doing it or so, the motivation, around Christmas time, I would say, the motivation started to dwindle because I had seen the big direct results I was going to get. Immediately, I had cut a lot of weight, like a lot of the fat burned off. I started to get stronger in certain muscles, but then I started to notice that the results weren't as apparent anymore, right? I was working out every day, but it didn't look as good. Like, oh, I'm not really improving that much anymore. I kind of look the same, you know? So then what you got to do is you got to rely on discipline. It's not just about the motivation to immediately get results and you feel good about yourself, but instead you need to realize that repeatedly doing it, even if it doesn't physically look better or anything, you need to do it, right? So am I working out as much right now as I was back in the fall? No. But am I working out? Yes. I am regularly working out, and I want to be sure that I keep that regimen going as much as I can. That's why I'm working towards getting an exercise machine, because that's just going to make it even easier. Less excuses to not do it when you could just jump in a room, jump on the machine for half an hour, go between exercises, get it done quick, and get a full workout, right? So that's what I mean. Like, and that's where discipline comes in as opposed to just the motivation to initially do it. People who go on diets and exercise, this frequently is the problem. The initial motivation gets them into it, but then when they stop seeing the initial results and it gets harder, they don't have the discipline to continue. So there you go. Rose Diamonds asks, considering you get a majority of direct income through varying live support, isn't it worth the edited content cost if it gets people to check out a live stream no matter the vid view count? The point is, I always knew that doing this, paying an editor to work on my content, was never going to result in initial giant positive results. You know what I mean? This is something that is a slow grind because you need people to understand that you're now making that content, and you need them to be able to find it in the algorithm. Does that make sense? If you don't understand that and you're looking for initial success right away, you're never going to get it, and you're just going to find tons of disappointment. Okay? And I know that. So I'm in it for the long haul, but I do want to spread awareness that people can actively just watch that content, share it, and it would actually help me concretely. I think a lot of people feel like, oh, there's nothing I can do. No, it's not true. Now YouTube has the hype point system, where if you hype a video, it legit will show up for more people in their recommended. I'm seeing people actually post up content saying, hey, I'm actually seeing you now in my recommended. This is crazy. I never expected to see DSPGaming in my recommended, and you're there now. So if we keep that momentum going, if I keep making at least a video a week of something, whether it's topical or not, it could be gaming, it could be drama, it could be whatever, right? As long as there's one video that's out for people to watch, I may start getting that regular audience coming by to check out the content, and that will result, hopefully, in maybe a few more people on a stream. Maybe a person or two that comes by and supports. And then long term, it should make sense. Right now, if I told you what I had spent on these videos, you'd probably be like, you're crazy. Okay? But that's how it works. That's the investment. And that's what I always said. All these years, people said, why don't you do highlights? I'm like, I can't. You have no concept of the cost to have these done. I don't have the time to do it myself because I'm already streaming so much, and the cost offsets any benefit. But now I'm in a situation I'm doing so well, I can actually eat the cost and hope that this will benefit me long term, if that makes sense. Okay. There you go. So Solo2AM says the hype system is a great way for people who want to support their favorite creators but can't financially. That's correct. YouTube hype system allows you to add emphasis to a video that you really particularly are enjoying, and then it'll show up more in recommended feeds. So if you cannot support financially at all, but you like my content, head over to those highlights and hype them. All right? That would help me a lot. Clamp Cut Tie, that's not true. He says you lost a lot of weight very quickly. Pretty extraordinary for someone at your age on weightlifting alone. That's not what happened. I changed my diet 2-3 years ago, and it's been changing even better over time. Like, it was a slow, gradual progress. First, we cut this out of the diet. Then we cut this out of the diet. Then we slowly change this ingredient to something healthier. Then we start eating a better version of this. I'd say over the course of 3 years, my diet went from what was probably high carbs, high fat, to almost no carbs, no fat, high protein. Do you see what I'm saying? So, as a direct result, what I'm putting into my body is so much less than what it used to be. My body is burning off all the excess now. Now, in addition to that, I combined it with exercise. So it was like hitting it at exactly the right time. So actually, 2 years ago, or 2.5 years ago, I was probably around between 205 to 210 pounds. Okay? About a year ago, I cut that down to about 195 pounds. Okay? Now, I'm 173 pounds. It's a gradual change. This is not, oh, Phil cut 50 pounds in 2 months. This is over the course of 2-3 years, I dropped from like 210 down to 173. Do you see the difference? That's the difference here. Yet all of this has, because, Pinky makes fun of it and says, so are you saying your daily jaunts into the neighborhood so you can chill with the wildlife have contributed to your weight loss? It's everything. It's big diet changes over the last 2 to 3 years. It's activity and exercise. It's not just me sitting here all day on my ass in a chair. I'm working out. I'm going for daily walks through the neighborhood, right? It's all of that combined. This lifestyle change has resulted in this. Cracker Jack says, do you miss eating the old food, or does Cat make the nutritional meals better? The nutritional meals we're eating taste every bit as good as what we used to eat. Do you want to know what we're having for dinner today? A teriyaki marinated salmon, seasoned veggies, and a flavored rice. Okay? Almost zero fat content in any of that. Okay? Very low carb. The rice is the carb, right? But it's rice. It's not freaking, heavy breads, anything like that. Very low sugar. Okay? Low fat. Everything good. Good, and tons of protein. We're going to eat a ton of salmon today for dinner. Now, is it pricey? Yeah, I'll be honest. Salmon's pricey. But that dinner alone is so much better for you than, say, 2-3 years ago when we were eating, greasy chicken, right? Or a big, heavy pasta dish with cheese and meat. You know what I mean? Instead, we're eating this. Even when we eat pasta today, so now we eat protein-infused pasta, so we're getting extra protein that we need in combination with the carbs, okay? It's high fiber, which means that the fiber burns off the carbs. We don't buy the store-bought sauce. We make our own. We buy what's called passata, which is just strained Italian tomatoes, And my wife adds some seasoning to it, like some oregano, some, stuff like that to kick it up and make it taste better. But it's just straight tomato. Nothing else. No sugar, nothing added like that whatsoever. Okay? And then we have it's like a protein in there, whether it's like ground chicken, something like that. We actually have these flavored chicken chunks that you could chop up and toss into the pasta. Insanely high protein, no fat at all. And that's what we eat for pasta now. As opposed to it used to be a heavy pasta with the store-bought sauce that's sugary and shit, tons of cheese on top of it and stuff. None of that. So it still tastes great, but it doesn't have the bad excess stuff that everything used to have. Like when I used to get hungry at night after my late stream, I would have like lunch for a snack. Like I would have on a big ciabatta roll, I would have like lunch meat. Like I would have like turkey or ham or chicken lunch meat with a slice of cheese and sauce. I would melt it on the toaster, right? And I would have that with like a side of like chips and stuff. That was what I ate at night before I went to sleep. That was incredibly stupid. I'm eating that stuff before I go to sleep. Guess where it goes? Right on your body, right on your spare tire, right on the flappy parts of your body, because you're not burning that in your sleep. You're hungry because your body wants the nutrients, but you're eating that right before you go to bed. It's never going to work, right? Now today, if I'm hungry before I go to bed, I have a quick bag of protein-infused chips. That's like 200 calories, 150 calories, like 19 grams of protein. Low sodium, low sugar, low anything. So all you're putting on your body is protein before, there you go. You saw I had one of those protein bar snacks. I eat those. If I'm hungry, I want a snack, I just eat a protein bar. And it tastes good, but it doesn't have sugar. It doesn't have fat. It just has what you need, what your body wants. So that's why it's a big change, okay? Tons of change. Here's an idiot who's getting banned right now. The reason that people don't want to believe that I'm doing all this and all they want to say is he's on Ozempic or drugs is because they're pathetic sacks of shit who could never do it for themselves. That's why. They don't want to believe that someone like me has discipline when I do. They don't want to believe that I've done something good for myself when I did, because that means that they're miserable sacks of failure. Because they can't do this kind of stuff for themselves because they have no discipline. They just sit on the internet making fun of people all day. So when you get an idiot like that, he's going to send me a super chat and say, oh, you're on Ozempic. You're just a jealous wretch. I'm sorry that you can't be me. You won't ever be, because you sit on the internet being jealous of people instead of doing positive things for yourself. The truth is you could do positive things for yourself, but you just don't have the mental capacity to do it. You need to have discipline. You have to have the right kind of motivation. You need to have emotions in check. You need to do the right things. You're not there yet. You're immature. Maybe one day you'll mature up. You'll be able to do good things for yourself. But sitting on the internet sending insulting super chats just ain't the way, bro. Do I drink any favorite wines with my food? Over the last year, my wife and I have gotten into some wine drinking. We don't really have a favorite. I think we've settled in that we like French wines better than others. We've tried a few different, country of wines, and it seems like French is the best. Personally, I think I like red wine better. I think my wife actually likes white wine better. But we've tried a bunch of different ones, and we haven't like settled into one that we like and drink all the time. In fact, we just don't drink it all the time. It's rare when we do. So we're not heavy wine drinkers, no. Rose Diamonds, oh no. Rose Diamond says, would you take pictures of your meals? Fuck no. There's no point. Number one, the meal is meant to taste good and be healthy, not to look good. These are not, I went to a 4-star restaurant and they plated the fucking meal. You know what I'm saying? Like the pasta we eat straight up doesn't look that great, but it tastes good, and that's the point. This is not like I went and I got gourmet level rigatoni with meat sauce and fucking they shredded the truffles on top and shit. It's, that's not what the point is. The point is you sit down, you eat it, it tastes good, and you got the nutrients you needed, and, you're off on your day. Anytime that I take a picture of anything, everyone just fucking says it looks like shit. It doesn't even matter if it actually is good. They say it looks like shit because they're shitbags. So there's no point. Who am I showing off for? Do I care about what my meal looks like? I don't. So why does anyone else care? Ava Cowboy fan, we're all well aware that you want to see Digimon's Storytime trailer, Stranger. I don't think you have to say it every time you're here. Just being honest, like now, literally every time you're in the chat, you talk about it. We kind of get it, that you're interested in it, and maybe I'll play it in the future. Thanks for the input. Noted. You don't have to mention it every time you're here. Okay. Well, Big Mac, the point I'm making here is the real fans don't care. He says, it seems like you care more about your detractors than your real fans. That couldn't be further from the truth. I'm here chilling with you guys right now, having a fun conversation. We're going to have a great Pokemon stream together, right? I don't give a shit about what those idiots say outside the stream. But the point is, I can talk with you guys. You don't need me to show you photo evidence of what I'm saying because you don't think I'm a liar who makes everything up. Like, you know that when I tell you I changed my diet, I'm working out, and you see this, the results, you're like, yeah, okay, cool, I believe him. That's awesome. That's good for him, right? You're not sitting here second-guessing everything I'm saying, trying to find out some fucking conspiracy theory tinfoil hat way that I still look like this, but I didn't do what I said I did, right? Because we all know that Ozempic gives you big muscles on your arms like this, right? That's Ozempic that does that, right? But that's what I mean. That's the point. I'm not trying to cater to them. So why do I need to photograph evidence of the food I eat? I don't. I just tell you what I'm eating. I literally did actually eat one of the protein bars on my marathon on Friday. That was the first time ever that I showed you guys one of those. And that's not the only kind that I eat. There's many different kinds that I alternate between. So that way I'm not eating the same thing all the time. But, you know, it's truthful what I'm doing, but I don't need to show it off. You know what I'm saying? Like these idiots saying, take your shirt off. Why? Are you gay? Why do you want to see me without my shirt on? You must be gay. Why else would you want to see a dude topless? I don't. Listen, I appreciate there's men out there who are physically fit. They do the right thing for themselves, for their family. Good for you. I don't need to see it. Keep it to yourself. Keep it for your family, right? So why on earth do you want to see me without a shirt on? You're fucking weird. If the new Lego Batman game plays like Lego Arkham City, then yeah, I think I'm going to like the Lego Batman game way more than the Lego Star Wars game. I liked the Lego Star Wars game, don't get me wrong. But if Lego Batman has cool combat and stuff, I think it's going to be awesome. I guess we'll have to see later this month. It's the end of this month, right? Yeah. God Silliest Goose says, well, Mad TV just took his shirt off and he flexed hard as fuck on stream. Well, good for him. If he really did that, good for him. Go for it. Very nice. All right, let's do a little bit of Q&A to end the show. All right, we don't have to go super long or anything today, but let's do a little bit of Q&A. I'm going to type in the chat so you can tag me. Any contributions, I'll shout out. And thank you in advance. Thanks for the early support already on the stream. I appreciate that. I always love hanging out with you guys, particularly beginning of the week, right? The podcast is popping. We get more people on the podcast. People like to hang out and chill, and I appreciate that. What's funny is that I never actually see, on YouTube we have like 250 viewers. How many people do we have on Kit? Because I never look at this and add it together or anything. 87? So that's not bad. So we got like 330, 340 viewers. That's pretty good. For a random podcast, you see what I'm saying? That's pretty darn good. It's not even like I came in with topics today that people were hyped for. To get that many people on a podcast is really cool. Oh, there you go. You're right. I didn't even talk about it. Princess Luna says, did you have a good day off? Excuse me. We're having a heat wave right now that's going to last 3 or 4 days. It's either 70 or 80 plus degrees Fahrenheit outside, which is summer weather for us. So because of that, we've got everything outside blooming. Nature's going crazy. Pollen levels are extremely high right now, okay? However, I have my air conditioner going in the room. We actually have the air conditioner in our new room across the hallway. We still don't know what we're going to call it yet. Maybe the den, or like we call it the relaxation room, but it's more like a den, you know, really. It's like a kind of mini living room with new furniture and stuff set up in there for us to do. So yesterday, what we did is we set it up further, okay? We have a new piece of furniture that we got for it. That's like a TV stand. And now we're trying to set that up so we got a TV in there. And we got the new piece of furniture in there, the couch that's in there. And we're basically setting it up to be a nice room that we use, okay? It gets us away from our neighbors making noise. It gets us away from the old shit that we got in the living room that's all worn out. It's like a nice new room for us, which we're finally using. So I actually moved my wife's mini PC out of the living room into there. And I got the TV and the mini PC both hooked up and working with the internet. So now she can game on the mini PC, but she can also watch like YouTube videos and other apps on the TV. So she has a place where she can kind of like hang out during the day while I'm in here working. And she could do her stuff in there, but it's also air conditioned too. So on hotter days, she can just turn on the air conditioner and just chill in there. And let me tell you, Jasper Kitty loves that room. When we're in there now, he loves going in there and hanging out with us. He's having a great time in there, relaxing with us. So basically that was kind of, yesterday was my usual day off to do errands. So I went to grocery shopping and ran around, driving around, doing shit like that for like the first few hours of the day. And then we went in the room and set it up. We had new furniture, TV, PC, got it all working. Kat actually got a new game, a new simulator game that's like a bakery simulator. So she's baking different kinds of breads and stuff. And that was fun, relaxed. The soundtrack was actually fun. So we did that for a few hours. Then we ordered dinner. We ordered some Indian food again. We love Indian food. We got like this Indian food craze where we get like a non-creamy curry. So you get like a chicken curry, a mango curry, something like that. And then we get tandoori chicken. Oh my God. Tandoori chicken from an actual authentic Indian restaurant is amazing. If you've never had it, tandoori chicken is made in a giant clay pot that they heat up like an oven, and they cook the chicken in it with this marination and spice. Oh my, it is so good. It is savory, but it's spicy and is healthy for you because they take the skin off. It's just the chicken itself with no skin, but it has this amazing crispy char coating on it that tastes great and is actually good for you. And tons of protein. Yes, I said it again. Protein. Okay? So we usually get a curry and the tandoori chicken, and then some naan bread that you dip in the curry. Amazing dinner. Like super duper good dinner. And then we just kind of, for the rest of the day, we relaxed downstairs. This is cool now because we could not be stuck in the same room all day. So first half of the day, we set up this room, gamed in there, had some fun, chilled with Jasper Kitty. Second half of the day, we went downstairs and we just watched some YouTube videos together and stuff like that in the living room. It was a nice, relaxing day, which I needed after, a marathon and a busy 7-day work week. It's good to have a day that's a more relaxed, laid-back day. But we're still not done. Like, we realized we need to get a table in there. Like, we have drinks and stuff that we want in there. We have nowhere to put it, so I bought a table to put in there. That's supposed to be arriving today, and we're still tweaking it. Like, we want to actually have that room set up like a nice room. Maybe have some art on the walls and stuff like that. So we're working on that. And then once that's done, which, is going to be soon, then we're going to start working on the workout setup, getting an exercise machine, figuring out how to do that, and stuff like that. So, works in process, but it was a good day overall. It was a really good day. Plant Mechanier, thanks for $5. $5 super chat from Plant Mechanier. I appreciate that very, very much. They didn't say anything, but they did contribute. Thank you for that contribution. So here's the deal. Don Toothpick Tom asked a completely innocent question. I'm going to answer it, but I have to be ambiguous. Here's the question. What YouTube videos or channels do you enjoy in your free time? I'm going to tell you the kind of stuff we watch, but I can't tell you what we actually watch specifically because, no exaggeration, these fucking weirdos on the internet will seek out someone who I just say I watch their video and harass them. So rather than tell you actually who I watch, I'll just say we watch different kinds of travel vlogging where people go on various different walking tours, cruises, and stuff like that. And we try to see, is this something that maybe in the future we'd be interested in doing if we wanted to do tourism or whatever. So that's one thing that we do. We actually watch some food vloggers who travel the world and try different kinds of food and stuff like that. We watch some people who just do like different kinds of, how can I say, like farming and stuff like that. Like, oh, I live on a farm and here's how my life is and stuff like that. We've watched videos like that and we follow certain channels like that. We watch animal videos. Like, we like different kinds of animals and we want people who have different kinds of animals. We like looking at like people who tour a zoo, people who like train animals. We've done all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, I can keep going. Like, it's usually meant to be relaxing content. No drama, no stress. We actually stopped, for the most part, we stopped watching people play video games. And instead, we just try to disconnect from video games and watch relaxing content when we watch stuff together. If we're going to do gaming, I watch my wife do some gaming and I'm there and we spend time together doing that. But that's really it. Okay? See, I watched the Fail Army? No. I know of the Fail Army because we used to watch videos like that when I did my React show for 2 years. People would suggest them and I'd watch them. But no, we don't watch the Fail Army videos. No. There you go. Yeah, exactly. We don't watch cable TV. We don't have cable TV. We got rid of most of our apps that are shows and stuff. Like, we got rid of almost every single subscription service. You know, I think I still have Netflix personally for me because every once in a while something interesting hits Netflix that I want to watch. But outside of that, I got rid of everything. I got rid of that shitty Paramount Plus stuff. I used to have other ones. I got rid of all of them. The only thing that we have is, well, okay, I do have Prime Video because we have Amazon Prime, but I like never watch it. I couldn't even tell you the last thing I watched on Prime Video. I don't even bother with it. So, yeah, really, it's just, oh, I know what I watched on Prime Video. Fallout. That's what I watched on Prime Video. But outside of that, you know, it's more or less like, you know, chilling on YouTube and playing some games here or there, little indie games and stuff like that. Come Fart says 2 men kissing, probably. Come Fart what you and your dad do. It's up to you. You don't have to be sharing that kind of stuff on my stream, all right? Just keep it to yourself. It's all good. It is the age of acceptance, but, you know, we don't need to know about it. Why was Paramount Plus so bad? I'm trying to remember, because I had a whole bunch of these services. Wait, did I have Paramount Plus? I had the one for wrestling. Whatever wrestling pay-per-views were on, that's the one I had. But I don't remember what one it was. Was it Paramount Plus? Or was it the other one? I did have the one to watch all the Dexter shows. And I watched all the Dexter shows. But then when I was done watching all Dexter, I canceled it. And I'll probably, later on, if they do more Dexter, I'll probably get it back. But I canceled it after that. Was it Peacock's? I don't even know. So I think I had Peacock for wrestling, and I got rid of that. I had Paramount Plus to watch Dexter. I got rid of that. I swear I had another one, too, at one point. I swear I had like 3 or 4 services. I just canceled them all. Like, I'm not watching these things. Do I buy video games on Amazon? Now, what do you mean by that? No, any games that I buy through Steam, usually, or it's a Steam code I get from another site and you put it into Steam, or if it's through Game Pass, I do it through the Game Pass app. Like, that's how I usually play games. I don't really play games via any other method. You know, rarely if I have to play it on PlayStation or something like that, or if I need to play something on, like today we're playing Pokemon on the Switch too. But do I order games through Amazon? No. Haven't done that in a very, very long time, actually. Yeah, I don't have HBO Max anymore. I canceled that ages ago. I don't have anything. It gets so stupid because the whole idea of these subscription services was that they have so much content on them, right? They take over for cable. Like originally when you got Netflix, the idea was Netflix has all the movies, all these original shows, everything you want. You don't need cable. But then what happened is there's Netflix, there's Amazon Video, there's Apple TV, there's Paramount Plus, there's Peacock, there's Hulu, there's HBO Max, there's Disney Plus. Dude, there's like 20 of them. So if you want the content, you now have to subscribe to 20 services. You're paying more than when you had cable. So why does it... Just fuck it. Like, seriously, just get rid of it all. If there's ever a show you want, get it for 1 month, watch the show, and then cancel the fucking subscription again. Like, there's no point in having an ongoing subscription to any of these services because they're just trying to milk your money when half the time you're never watching them, you know? Did I ever play Street Fighter, the movie, the game? I'm aware of it. I did not play it in the 90s. I played them after the fact, emulated and stuff like that. Mr. Magikarp did a $2 super chat. Any good mobile games that I'm into? Actually, no. Like, currently, there's 2 mobile games I dabble with. I basically open my phone, play them for 20 minutes a day, close them, and don't play them anymore. That's it. And if there's something, sometimes there's an interesting event in it, like, ooh, I play it for another 5 minutes extra, and I close it again. Like, mobile games have completely turned me off, probably because of the situation that I was in, you know? Playing them so much, spending so much, having everyone harass me about them on the internet. I just don't care about them anymore. And I hear about new ones, and I look into it, and I'm like, ah, fuck, I don't care. And I just don't play them. Seriously, I just don't care about mobile games. Tubi, I've had Tubi before, because Tubi, they had 1 or 2 videos that someone wanted me to watch for when I used to do private reacts. Do you remember that? That I did private react videos for a few years there. People would pay me like $50 for a video. And there was a couple of videos they wanted me to react to that I could only find on Tubi. So it's cool, it's free, but there's ads. That's okay if you're okay with watching the ads. But basically, I don't really watch it anymore. I got rid of that app too. I don't really watch any of that stuff. So Soul at 2 a.m. did a $5 super chat. Thoughts on a highway overpass crossing that's all grass for wildlife to safely cross a highway? Don't really have thoughts. It sounds nice. I think that, especially in places where it used to be all wildlife, and then we decide to come in and pave it and put up buildings and put up highways and roads, it's kind of messed up. You're destroying the natural habitat of the wildlife that were there before you. And then people complain, oh, the deer ran in the road. Well, yeah, because you took away its home. So now it has to pass through your road to get across the forest that it lives in, you know? So, yeah, if they were making things like that, I think that would be quite nice if the wildlife is smart enough to use them, I guess. Mr. Magikarp with another $2 super chat says, what games I'm looking for one to play. Now, Mr. Magikarp, I want you to think about something, okay? I literally just said I can't even share with you any of the YouTube channels that I actually watch with my wife, because if I did, no exaggeration, these insane lunatics on the internet would probably go to the channels and harass them, saying Darkside Phil watches your channel. Do you think that the creator would care? No, but they probably would. So, FYI, if I were to say, hey, I play this mobile game or that mobile game, no exaggeration, these unhinged lunatics would probably go to the social media and the Discord servers and harass the game developers of the mobile games that I play, saying, hey, Darkside Phil plays your games. To which the game developer would say, what the fuck are you talking about, you unhinged fucking lunatic? Stop harassing us. So I'm not stupid. I'm not irresponsible. I'm not going to do that because I've learned my lesson. This has happened before. It will happen again. Okay? No, I'm not petrified of trolls. Why do I need to tell you what mobile games I play? It's none of your fucking business. Right? Like, who cares? It doesn't add to my content. I've outright said I don't even care about them. They're things I do for 20 minutes a day. And so, to be honest, I probably could just stop playing them entirely and not give a shit. I'm bored of them. I haven't really found any mobile games that interest me. I think they're all boring and just a waste of time and a way to get you addicted to spending. I just don't care about them anymore. So the truth is, it doesn't matter. You know, I just don't want people to be harassed. It's happened before. I'm not afraid of trolls. They don't affect me. But they'll actually affect other people in a negative way as a result of my irresponsible actions, like saying a video that I watch on YouTube or actually telling you about a mobile game I play. I'm not going to do that and hurt others. You know? I'm responsible. You're stupid for saying the dumb thing. Thoughts on the Target Pokemon collab? I don't know anything about the Target Pokemon collab. What I do know, maybe this will be the final topic to talk about today. I have heard about the most insane stories about Pokemon cards now. How insane this has gotten, because we've talked about it on this show recently. That to try to get into a collector's hobby these days is nearly impossible because Pokemon cards are now valued so highly. You've got people lining up outside of stores to get them for the new shipments that come in and stuff. Did you hear what just happened recently? The guy who hid out inside the fucking Best Buy because they were going to get a shipment of Pokemon cards the next day, and he slept in the fucking store overnight so he could beat the line to buy a box of Pokemon cards, and the police came and arrested him. What the fuck is wrong with human beings? He hid out and slept in the store overnight, got caught on the security camera, and now he's in jail because he wanted to buy a box of Pokemon cards. Do you want to know how old he was? In his 40s. Like me. The guy had nothing better to do with his life than sleep in a Best Buy to buy Pokemon cards in the morning. I mean, if you're going to, first of all, that's insane, right? We all agree that's completely insane. Crazy, deviant behavior. But the thing that really gets me about the story, if this is what he's going to do, why not just steal the cards? Right? Like, his plan, his master plan, was that he was going to sleep in the store and then try to basically jump the line in the morning and be the first person to buy the cards. Instead of just saying, I'm already in the store illegally, I might as well steal them. He is that stupid. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? I'm not saying that stealing is right. I'm not saying that that was the better option. I'm saying the guy was so dumb, he was already breaking the law, and he thought, well, I'll break it to this extent, but I just can't go the extra step to steal the cards. I'll just sleep in the store illegally overnight and then buy them in the morning, and that will justify my action. What is happening to society? Do you understand what I tell you when I sit here and I say, society is broken? There's an entire generation or generations of humans who have no purpose. They exist solely to exist. They haven't found a reason to exist. They don't have friends or family. They don't actually have like a meaningful existence. Instead, they exist to just be here. And now they have to try to latch on. So they go online. They become insane conspiracy theorists. They become troll community, lovers. And they join in hating on people on the internet and crapping on people all day. This is their existence. They become obsessed with minutia, hobbies. Oh, I want Pokemon cards so I can have a chance to resell them and make money. So how do I get them? Well, I tried waiting in line. I couldn't get them. I'm going to sleep in the fucking Best Buy overnight to get them. What are you doing? If you are in your 40s and you have nothing better to do with your life but buy a box of Pokemon cards, that's your priority, I think you fucked up. Somewhere along the way, you made a grave miscalculation that this is the focus of your existence, is to buy a box of Pokemon cards when you're in your 40s. All right? You should have had other things going on for yourself that maybe just outweighed the fact that maybe committing a crime to get Pokemon cards is your biggest focus of life. You should have had other things to hinder you from thinking that way. Like, oh, my family at home who I have to care for or provide for, or my parents who I love and I don't want them to be fucking embarrassed that I'm in jail because I'm trying to get Pokemon cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, somehow things didn't jive there. And the point is, there's a giant group of society that this is them. This has become their existence on Earth, is these little minutia, these pointless endeavors, these worthless wastes of time. That's their life existence. That's fucking sad, man. What happened to human society that as a whole, this is what people are doing now? Holy shit. No. Someone just said, everyone makes mistakes. What about your accident? That was an accident. That's the point. It was a mistake. This guy didn't make a mistake. He chose to do the action. It wasn't, oh, I didn't mean to do that. He calculated the plan to stay in the Best Buy overnight so he could jump the line and be the first person to buy the box of Pokemon cards. This was calculated risk. Do you understand? That's the difference here. Lazuli did a €2 super chat, says new GTA heist mode Pokemon edition. Yes. It's pretty nuts, isn't it? Holy shit. Am I going to play Marvel Tokon? Yes. I am going to play Marvel Tokon this year. Yes, I am. No, he didn't. Okay, how did he do it? So basically, they were closing, and as he pulled a elf. Did you ever see the movie Elf? He pulled an elf. So remember in Elf when Will Ferrell stays in the store overnight by sleeping inside of like the Santa castle or whatever it is? So that's what he did. He basically waited for the store to be closing, and they say everyone out, and he went and he hid somewhere. He tried to hide like in a corner or under, you know, he like dodged everyone so no one saw him in the store. And then they closed the store, but they have security cameras on at night, and the security cameras detected movement, and so people were monitoring the situation and saw that the guy was in the store, and they called the police. Yes, I know it's crazy. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I mean, again, broken thought. Like, not even a logical thought in that head. The guy's nuts. And his master plan is to stay in the store, and in the morning when they're opening, there's people already lined up outside to buy the Pokemon cards. So he, like, comes out of hiding without anyone seeing him somehow. And he's like, oh, I'm first in line for Pokemon cards. Don't ask me how that's going to work because the people are waiting outside. So how is that going to work? How did he mysteriously appear in the store to be first in line for Pokemon cards? It doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? Like, again, there was no logic there. If he was a bad person but a logical person, his logic would have been, I steal the cards and escape. Right? But he didn't even have that thought process. Someone tipped me $1. I don't know if to believe this or not. Here's what they said. I was trying to buy a box of cards for my little brother's birthday. A guy literally tried to rip the Pokemon box out of my hands while I was grabbing it. An employee saw the guy and kicked him out of the store. Buying cards is so hard these days. I don't know if I believe that. That sounds like Jingle All the Way. I think you saw the movie. Because now you're now borderline physical assault, and if that's the case, that guy's going straight to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he actually assaults you when you have the box in your hands, you can beat the shit out of him. It's fine if you do because it's self-defense, and then he goes to jail for it. So I don't know if I believe that, but maybe you're over-exaggerating a tad bit. But yeah, I mean, it's insanely out of hand. Like here's the thing. I enjoyed last year opening up those WWE cards, okay? Did they have any value to them? No. The cards are completely worthless. They were a huge waste of money, right? But it's fun to have a random card opening, pack opening, gotcha. It's kind of the same thing as a gotcha. You're doing a pull. What are you going to get, right? It's fun. And since then, people said, well, would you do it? I would do it. Do you guys have any ideas of what I should do? And every time someone had an idea, I would look it up. It's not even available. Oh, there's like Spider-Man Magic cards. There's like Final Fantasy Magic cards. Okay, I go to look them. They're on pre-order. They're already sold out. Huh? And people even said, well, you play Pokemon a lot. Would you do Pokemon cards? With what process would I actually obtain Pokemon cards? Besides standing outside of a line of 50 people outside of a Target with a hopeful chance that maybe I'll be one of the first 10 in line to buy the cards, you can't buy Pokemon cards. You know? It's like not even possible. So yeah, I don't know. That's something that would I like to open a pack of Pokemon cards and look at them and grade them and hang out with you guys doing stuff like that? Sure. Could I afford to do it? Yeah, I could. But how would it be viable? Because the one thing I don't have is time. Do you understand? That's the one thing I just don't have. I have money, but I don't have time. So I don't have time to drive to Target, stand outside the store to hopefully get a box of cards that I can open on stream with you guys. Okay, I don't. So unless there's a viable way to do it online, there's no way that I could do it. Do I like prosciutto? That's how you pronounce it if you're Italian. It's actually spelled prosciutto, but you say prosciutto. So do I like it? Honestly, it's okay. It's very salty and chewy. It's good with certain things, but some people just like to eat it, and I don't want to just sit there, buy a tray of it, and just like eat it. Like if it was on a sandwich with other meats, then I think it's good, but I wouldn't just sit there eating prosciutto. No, we opened all the WWE card packs. We got through them and we're done with them. And as expected, 0 cards in there that are any good. Those aren't even the cards that are worth anything, which is hilarious that they're expensive online. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only way to make money on these cards is to essentially find a way to buy the boxes unopened and buy them enough that you can statistically open enough that you'll get the rare cards that are worth the investment. Right? Those WWE cards, there's only one good card in an entire giant, like, box shipment. So just buying the boxes, sure, you can win the lotto and get one good card, but in general, you have to buy, like, the $300, $400 box to even get the one good card, and therefore, it's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? If it was the original price, it would be, but the price is immediately inflated. So, you can't get the good cards. See, I think it would be fun for me because I'm completely ignorant to it. So me opening, let's say I had a box of Pokemon cards, right? And we would figure out when I do it. Like, how often do I open a pack or whatever? It could be like a silly event when I do it. And I don't know what cards are good. So every time I open a pack, it's like, ooh, kid in the candy store deal. I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, ooh, this could be good. Is this good? You know, I don't know. I think it's more fun if you don't know what's good, because then you have potential to be excited over someone who's like, oh, I know this is going to be a bad pack. Oh, look at these shitty cards, you know? No, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how to get them. I don't know how to get Pokemon cards. Like, I don't have the time and the means to go physically somewhere to get them. I just don't. So if you guys were interested in seeing me do something like that, we'd have to figure out a way to do it online, but likely that's insane scalping, right? Like right now, if I wanted to buy a box of Pokemon cards online, I'm sure it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I'd pay like $500 for a box of cards because they overinflate the price. They scalp them. So I don't know how I would do it. Oh, no, not him again. Did a $2 super chat. Says, can't you do Yu-Gi-Oh? I see them all the time. I don't know anything about that. You guys know better than me what would be interesting to do. I don't know anything about it whatsoever. I would probably enjoy it. Like I said, I had fun doing the WWE cards for sure. But the thing is, I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. At least I know Pokemon, right? Like if I opened a Pokemon card, I could say, ooh, I know this Pokemon or whatever. I never played Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know anything about it. So I wouldn't even know what the hell the cards are, you know? With WWE, at least I know some of the wrestlers. Some, not all, because you saw half the time I'm like, who the fuck is this shitty wrestler? I never heard of him. But I know some of those wrestlers at least. Oh, I don't know about that. Someone says, is there a chance to set something up for a fan to send you a Pokemon card set? What would be the point of that? I thought that the whole appeal of this is that you're opening the cards in the hope that you find something rare, and if you do, it's like a huge win, and if not, oh well, but it was still suspenseful and fun. If someone was just to send me the set, doesn't that kind of undermine the point of the fun of it? Like, if I already know what I'm getting, what's the point of it, right? John on Kick said, can we send you card packs? I don't know. How does that work? Again, I don't know anything about it. Are there actual card packs that have a chance to have good stuff in it? Or is it like for example, let's say you have a box, a sealed box. You open the box, you start drawing the packs. You open a pack, there's a rare card. So that's your rare draw for the box, right? So now you know the rest of the box is shitty. So then couldn't you just send me all the shitty packs and I'm wasting my time? Does that make sense? I don't know how it works. Because that's actually the point that I was making when I said about a month ago, I was at the grocery store. And in line at the grocery store, they now have packs of Pokemon cards, not sealed, but the cards were opened. And now they repackage them in these reseller packs. So for like $10, you get like 40 Pokemon cards, right? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what's the point of that? You know that they went through them and took out any good cards, and that's just going to be junk. So why would you ever want to buy that when you know it's just the bad cards that have no value? Maybe if you're someone starting with a Pokemon set and you're just trying to build a deck from scratch, maybe then, if you're actually going to play the game. But if you're like a collector, do you really think someone who already opened the pack is going to give you the rare card? Or do you think they're stupid? In fact, I would argue that's probably exactly what that business is. Someone buys the boxes en masse, opens all the boxes, keeps all the rares, and packages all the crappy ones and goes and resells them like that. Right? Well, here's the thing. Someone just said, you can't tell because the packs are sealed. But again, the point I'm making is, when you buy a box, isn't it the way that they do it? In this box, there's a guaranteed 1 or 2 rares and a super rare, and everything else is crap. So once someone's opening the packs, if they get the pack that has the rare, the pack that has the rare, the pack that has the super rare, once those are established, don't you already know the rest of the box is garbage? That's how it works with some cards. I don't know if it works like that with all cards, but some cards, that's how they do it, right? I am incorrect with Pokemon. Okay. Well, thank you for educating me then, because I know that is how they do it. It's scummy. The WWE cards, that's how they do it. Like, they purposefully sell it like that. So once you get the rare, you're done. You know you're not getting anything else. So you're, oh, well, that sucks. So Pokemon, it's fair game every pack. That's kind of cool, actually. No, I would never get a P.O. box. No, I would never get a P.O. box. It's not worth it. I've had 2 of them before, okay? I had one in Connecticut, and then I had one as soon as I moved out here. Both times, what ends up happening is people just send me random shit I don't ask for or approve. So I end up with so much garbage that I don't know what it is. I'm never going to open it because I don't trust what it is. And the few people who do send me stuff, I appreciate, but it just doesn't offset the cost. Like, a P.O. box is not cheap to have. So it's just not worth it, you know? No, I've never opened a pack of Pokemon cards. Nope. The only Pokemon card that I have is in my closet. Hold on. This is the only Pokemon card I have. Someone sent it to me years ago. I have no idea what it is or if it's worth anything. Pretty blurry, right? Okay, hold on. The camera won't focus. Give me a second. It's a common card? Yeah, I figured as much. People are saying it's a common card. I didn't think anyone would actually send me a rare card, but I know nothing about them. Whoever sent it is zesty. Yeah, I'll agree. It's a cool looking card. It's Mew. It's shiny Mew. So I think it looks nice. It'd be nice if the camera would focus, but it won't. Yeah, this camera won't focus. The other one focused. Oh, there you go. I think it's a nice looking card, but it's probably worth nothing. Like, why would someone send me a card that's worth money? Yeah. Oh, no, not him again. Did a $5 super chat. Says, I started my collection with a Mew card as well when the first movie came out in 1999. That's crazy. Those original cards are worth insane money, right? Like, some of them are worth millions. If they're like the high-rated, graded cards. Joseph, thanks for $5. Says, I used to work for a company that printed Pokemon cards. My machine split the sheets into individual cards and packs. I don't miss it. I'm sure if you stare at them all day, you hate them, right? Just like anything. I used to work, like I said, in a fast food, health food store. And basically, after a while, I was like, I don't want to eat ever in the food court. Now that I know what it's like to make that food, right? Worth maybe $5, people are saying? You think it's like a $5 card? It seems to be good condition. They put it into this sleeve with the protector and everything. So it seems to be really good condition, but I don't know anything about it. It's not even worth $5. Oh, it's worth $50. You think this card's worth $50? Really? Why? Why would this be worth $50? Come on, camera. There we go. Why would this Mew be worth... Oh, come on. You were just focused. Why would this Mew be worth $50? It's listed on eBay for $3.99. $3.99. It's probably one of those ones that just came with a set. You buy the set, and it's like the premier card they put on the front of the set. It looks nice, but it's not a big deal, you know? So that's the only one I currently have, unless we figure out a way to do it. I would not be against buying like a box of cards, getting some packs of cards and opening them on stream just for fun to be silly. I'm okay with that, but I need to know a viable way to do it, like an actual means to do it. You know, I don't have a P.O. box. And by the way, I don't accept anything from anyone without talking with them and agreeing to it first. So do not get any impression that you should mail me stuff without talking to me first. If anyone is ever interested in anything, you can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com, or you could DM me on X at DSP, and we can chat. But please don't just send shit to my house. It goes right in the trash. I mean it too. Like, I have no clue what stuff people have sent me before, but I've just thrown stuff directly right into the trash when it showed up because I don't know what it is. Okay, let me put this back in the closet. And we'll probably end the show now. We've gone long, but it's been a fun podcast. It's been a chill one, right? Oh, okay. No lie. I wouldn't be surprised if over the years people have just sent me stuff, if it shows up to the house, I didn't order it, and my wife has no idea where it's from, it goes directly into the trash can. Like, without even touching it, looking at it, just, don't, gone. Because we don't mess with stuff. We don't, because people are sick out there, you know? Shox says the problem with Pokemon cards is the reseals. So what's that? People open the pack, take the good cards out, put in shitty cards, and reseal the pack, and it looks real and unsealed, but it's not. Or unopened, but it's not. What do I mean? I worked at a fast food health place. I worked at a place called Everything Yogurt and Salad Cafe. During the health food craze of the 1990s, people were looking for healthier alternatives, but still fast food. So we made fresh salads, panini sandwiches, frozen yogurt, Frosties, smoothies, and that kind of stuff. And it was meant to be a healthy, non-fried alternative to the food you would get at other fast food places. In reality, you could have it healthy if you ate the right stuff. Like if someone came and said, I would like lettuce, tomato, maybe some egg, right? Some peppers, you know, and let's have a fat-free Italian dressing in there or whatever. That's a pretty good salad. But in reality, what people would do is they would come, they say, so I want the chef salad. That's the one that has the cheese, the ham, the meat, right? The fat. And by the way, please give me 2 scoops of extra creamy blue cheese dressing on that with croutons. I'd like a double roll. I'll pay extra for a double roll. And then can I have a diet soda with that, please? So they'd go, and instead of going to McDonald's, right, they'd buy a salad that's probably like 1,500 calories and like 72 grams of fat because of all the dressing and the bread they got rid of it. And then they get a diet soda. They'd be like, oh, I just ate healthy today. Okay. I think that's good for the show. I had a good time today. I want to say thank you. This was great chill vibes today. I had a good relaxing time with everyone. I hope that you enjoyed the Level 1 podcast today. We will absolutely at least do one more podcast this week. Maybe we'll do 2. It depends on how the week goes, how much we have to talk about. If we have a day where we actually want to go through the gaming schedule this week, maybe we could do that on the podcast. On days where I want to do more gameplay, I try to do the morning show. So like tomorrow, I want to be sure to finish Dragon Quest and I want to do DSP Tries It. So tomorrow will be a morning show. But overall, great show, great return. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you for the early support. Thanks for the chill vibes and the good times. And we'll do it all again later in the week. Fair enough? All righty, folks. Thank you for watching the Level 1 podcast today. I hope that you enjoyed as much as I did. And we will return later in the week. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.